All right, Jack again, aka the One Take Wonder. Today we're going to be going through thoracic extensions, so they'll be able to be up tall and getting arm up and overhead and keeping you strong in this position as well. So what we're going to focus on first is you're going to have stuff that you're going to do daily. You'll have stuff that you'll do every second day, and then there's an exercise that you'll be doing twice a week, and it all builds into a full routine. So, daily thing. It's an exercise I call the cheating dog. Sorry, yogis. You need chair, lounge chair, esky, other friend that's in a quadruped position, whatever. Hands are pressing down into the chair or into the block or into the table. The key is that you want to be feeling it in this mid-back section. So you'll use a different position. What you start off with though is you push your butt back so you come into this lower position, and the whole idea is that you want to be driving chest towards the ground, so as much of the extension happens through this kind of mid-back area here, because that's usually the choke point that everybody has. Hands are pressing down, staying relatively straight, driving chest towards the ground. If you don't feel it straight away, change the position of your knees. Knees go back a little bit, nothing doing, knees come forwards a little bit. Whatever you need to do to find that point where you feel that resistance, you drive into it, and then the key is we're going to breathe and we're going to nod. So as you inhale, head tilts back. As you exhale, chin towards your chest. So it's really key linking the breath in that way, keeping the chest nice and heavy. And you're going to sit here 2 minutes in the morning, 2 minutes at night. The key to mobility is that regularity. So you can do this all the time. So that's number one. Don't be afraid of hearing little clunks through your back. That breathing and that moving action is going to make heaps of stuff move around through your upper back. Number two, roller. You've seen mobility. Now real mobility, we actually need all of the tools that we have. You can still use your Nalgene bottle or anything that sort of simulates this, but a roller is best. Rolling onto your back. Again, key is you're going to look for the point that feels the most stiff. Hands are stacked in behind the head, feet are up to towards the butt is on the ground. So not lifted up, otherwise it all just levers over the top. We want to keep butt down. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. You want to be driving your head back towards the ground. But what a lot of people will do is they'll flare up at the ribs. So you see me arch through my lower back. We want to avoid that as much as possible by tilting your hips underneath, hands stacked in behind the head, drive the head back, and you just look for that level in the spine that has the most resistance to that pushback. Once you've got it, you sit in nice and deep, and the key is breathing a lot. We want the ribs to be moving around as much as possible because they'll change what's going on in the back. So the whole time you're sitting in that kind of deep, achy, blocky sort of sensation in the mid-back, breathing a lot, and then we add in little actions. So rolling from side to side a little bit whilst breathing, bending to one side, bending to the other, and same as before, moving that head through that flexion and extension. This can be super gnarly. This can be really intense for a lot of people. So I would suggest starting out in something really, really flat like a block before you move your way up to a big roller like this. But like I said, this is every second day, and we're sitting on the roller to start with 60 seconds or so before you come up and off the roller, or 90 seconds, no more than about 2.5 minutes. That's the absolute maximum you'll need for this sort of setup. So this is every second day and on workout days. You'll see what I mean about that in a couple of minutes. So we've got every day here, every second day this guy. Rolly thing number two is our ball. Because we're going to be working the arm up and over the head, we're actually going to be working into both pecs. So the area you want to look for is just below the collarbone, anywhere through this area, staying away from the front of the shoulder, staying away from the sternum in the very middle. So you'll place the ball into that area. You'll need block or something, anything that's going to raise the ball up a little bit, or a bigger ball. So a cricket ball will actually work really, really well, hockey ball, softball, whatever. But you place the ball into there. If I'm doing my right, I place the ball close to the edge. I drive that part of my shoulder, I'm about to smush the microphone, drive that part of my shoulder into the ball, roll around until I find the gross achy thing, and then there's actions that you do. So you're going to be reaching up and overhead to try and grind everything, bring the arm down, up and overhead, bring the arm down, working into that external rotation, bring the hand up like you're cranking up for a big high five, and then relax, bring it up a little bit further, crank, and then relax. You're going to do both sides, 90 seconds, every second day, and workout days. Same as the roller. So we've got every day, second day, and workout days. Now the exercise that we're going to use, we're going to call it a lock-in. So it's an overhead press. I'm using 5 kilos, but you can use whatever you want at home. Big roast chicken, carton of beer, something that can hold a lot of water, small child, anything that you need. So we're going to do one arm at a time. With this exercise, I always start out people seated. So you're sitting down so that you're nice and stable. Free hand is going to balance you. The weight actually rests onto your shoulder. So you start in this position, elbow pointing forwards, and it's a corkscrew motion. So your hand is going to press up and then all the way down. The key with this is we're only doing this exercise twice a week, tops. And on those exercise days, we start with our cheating dog, a little bit on the roller, a little bit on the ball, and then you finish with this, pressing up, and then all the way down. To see that from the side, it'll look like this. So making sure you're pressing all the way up nice and tall so that your ear and your arm can kind of touch each other if you headbutted yourself in the arm, and then you come down. The key with finding which weight you want is you want to be living around a 75% intensity. So whatever you pick, chicken, small child, whatever, when you hit 10, 12 reps, you want it to be at 75%. So 10 would be 10 out of a possible 14. 14, can't do any more. 10, challenging but okay. 3 sets, 10 reps, twice a week. After all of that stuff, the cheating dog is on the daily. Ball and rollers are every second day. It's going to keep you nice and active through this area, nice and active getting the arm up and overhead, so when we can all leave our houses, we can get back to climbing well.